Hello there. Today I want to showcase what I've been working on for these past few months. I have been working on a simplistic graphical multiplayer implementation system for the Godot engine. It has mainly been a school project and a passion project for this idea I've had for a long time. Uh, just a fair warning, this is more a showcase than a finished project by any means. I know this isn't even close to being finished. I just wanted to put this out here and see what people thought and what could be improved so I can get other people's feedback. Alright, currently this system isn't too advanced, as you can probably guess, and a lot of functionality is missing, of course. But at this point you can create really simple, at least some really simple 2D games. So I plan on showing this throughout this video. And I plan on making it a lot more complex and a lot more functionality that you can do down the line. So please remember to leave feedback about what you think. Any kind of feedback is very, very appreciated, even if it isn't that positive, since I want to hear what people think. And if you have any suggestions about what could be done better, like what functionality is missing, what improvements there is to be made, what things are bad, what isn't working, I would love to hear what you think. So, all right, let's begin. So today I want to show you how you can create a simple 2D multiplayer game. So I'm going to be making Pong. And of course it isn't going to have full functionality, but it's more to showcase what my system can do. Let's get going. So let's start up Godot. I'm not using the newest version, but it should be fine. So let's open up this simple Godot project I've made. And it's mostly mock-up graphics right now. So we have a ball, and we have the ball that gets shot around, so it bounces off the walls. And then we have the bats that the players control. There's no engine script, multiplayer script, nothing. The only script we have right now is for the ball to move and reflect upon hitting a wall, and then you can start the ball by giving it a velocity. There's nothing else. Right. So now let's open my project and let's get to the good stuff. So as you can see here, we start up by like this menu where you can load your old project, you can create a new project, import your project which isn't here, and you can remove if you don't want to have that project anymore. And you can run it from here. We want to create a new project, so we are going to call it, let's call it Stupid Pong Game. And then we're gonna give it a location, so let's make a new folder here and call it Stupid Pong Game. Yeah, it's a good name, I know. Okay, and then you need to link a Godot project, like an actual Godot project. It looks for the engine file in that every project has, so. And there we go. Now we're going to go next, and here you can see a bunch of settings that you can make for your server. Some of them, I gotta be honest, some of them aren't working right now, but like you have some of them are. You have the refresh rate, which like how many times should node information be sent to the clients per second, and then you have how many messages should be sent. Is the maximum messages that can be sent from a client to the server. So like the client can flood by sending 1,000 messages every second. And the other ones are quite simple. Some of these aren't working, but I plan to make them work somewhat in the near future. Alright, and I'm just gonna use localhost for the IP, because I'm going to be creating the clients on my computer, the same computer. So let's create it. And you open with this beautiful interface where you can control your nodes. Graphically, it hasn't been a priority to make this look good, so sorry for it not looking that great. But as you can see, this isn't the right scene, so we're just gonna load the Pong scene. And that's much better. We now have the ball and the bats. So just a quick overview what you can do. You can send node information, control node information. You can make broadcasts. So for example, if you want to send a message 10 times a second, ping pong, ping dong, pong ding. Like you can send whatever. There's a bunch of things. And you can also create some rules, although this isn't implemented yet in the the server. Like it saves it and it remembers it, but it isn't used it in the server yet. So, but you can create like bounds, so like the ball couldn't be moved out of the ring, for example. So yeah. For every scene you can create a room, so we're gonna do that. A room is basically where the players are playing in. So we're gonna make a room that minimum has to have 2 players and maximum has 2 players. So 1 with 1. And then we're gonna in that room we're gonna have two teams, team 1 or team 0 and team 1. So 1 player on each team. Gonna save and exit. So since there's no server hosting, like it doesn't have a server hosting this, so one of the players has to control like the ball and a bat. So and then update it to the other player. So let's do that. Let's make the ball being controlled by team 0. So and then it has to refresh that data. So send the data to team 1 of where the ball is. And we're gonna do the same with this one. So team 0. Whoops. And then we're gonna refresh it to team 1. Right, so now we're gonna do the opposite for bat 2. So team 1 controls the bat, and team 0 gets the information for that bat. Okay, so that's basically all you had to do in this UI. So now let's save and let's build the script. I have made a script builder that creates a Godot script, like .gd script. So let's generate the script into our Godot folder. And you can see here, it has generated a script. Great. Let's go back into Godot. Okay. As you can see here, we now have this, like it has generated this. So you can see here, it says generated by MIS-Godot and the build version and stupid Pong game, which is the name. So let's attach this script to the upper node. Right now it has to be attached to the upper node. In the future it doesn't have to, and you can select where, but for now you have to. So okay. It gets made with all these methods. Some of them aren't made yet, but something like connect to server and send queue request start request. So we're gonna use these when the player starts the scene. Let's connect to the server and let's queue up for a game. The data isn't needed here. It's going to be used in the future, but not now. Okay. Yes, there we go. And then, since we knew like that the player 0 or team 0 would be controlling the ball, let's make the ball start if the player is team ID 0. Right, we're almost done. Just one small thing. We need it so the players can move the bats. To prevent me writing this code and possibly making errors, I have just made it in advance. So basically this code, what it does is Like if you're team 0, it checks if you're team 0 and you're pressing up, then it sets the position of, like, it goes up, and does the same for team 1. So very, very simple code. There's basically no high tech or anything, so that should do it. And now we can start the game and play. I was about to say play with ourselves, but that would be the wrong word. But yeah, let's start the server. You can run it and then start the server. And then let's start here, play the project. And as you can see here, it starts, and you can see that like this user has connected and he's in the queue. So he has queued up for and waiting for another player to join. So let's start another project. Here we go. And let's run this. And it should start. As you can see here. Wow, what a good shot. And then you can control like up and down. And you can see it refreshes somewhat good. You can see there's a kind like a wobbly thing, but that's because the ball isn't being trained, and it isn't the refresh rate is not enough. So, but yeah, as you can see, oh shit, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, as you can see, it works like with control, and it's very simple to implement, and that was the main idea with this. And you can see like I haven't made it so that anything happens when it goes out of bounds, but that is in my future implementations. So yeah, and that's basically all I wanted to showcase. So all right, so that's all for now. I plan to further develop the system, and I plan to make a lot of improvements in the next few months. So hopefully get to a point where you can start implementing more complex games and more fun games. And so yeah. As I said in the beginning, please remember to leave feedback about possible suggestions or what I should prioritize developing. Like if you want to think this is more, I'd love to hear your opinion on like what would be the most ideal to focus on, and like what do you like about it, what don't you like about it. Even if it's negative feedback, I would love to hear it. So yeah, please leave some feedback. But other than that, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye.